Well, hello out there, hostages and Haussmaniacs alike. I am Lord Haussmann with my glances on the tip of my nose. Looking old, which I am not. Luxurious hair, check. Comic books, check. Score pad. And pen. Checkaroony. Everything else, no check. Not set up properly. And I was like, oh crap. I was going to start at 7. And I did start really pretty sure at 7. But I'm not quite... Oh! Microphone. Not quite finished setting up. So, when am I ever? So how's everybody doing? Just bear with me while I finish setting everything up. And it's good. It gives people a chance to pop in here, populate the old chat ski. Say, what up, y'all? And whatnot. That's some dinner. Speaking of, not dinner, speaking of chat ski and whatnot, is volume good? Everything good? I'll check. Like I do, because I watch my own stream on my phone. It's me. Volume sounds good, though. So I'm going to do that. Pop that back out. Put these big beasts on. Which means the glass has got to come off. And this needs to be plugged in. Holy shit. I'm just a frickin' mess. Bing! No, it's not a mic. Headphones. Yeah. That's right. Why is there a cat up here? Get that over there. Where is my screen capture? Ugh. This just will not do. It's a piece of advice for all you people out there that want to do this. Have it ready to go. Like that. Put my camera above that. Change the size of the camera. How did I have this last time? Something like that, right? I honestly don't remember. And I got my mouse on the wrong screen. Make the size of my head a little more desirable. That's not true. I can't do a thing about the size of my massive head, but I can make it take up less real estate. There we go. I'm going to put myself down here.
Hello and welcome to the Comic Book Guy channel. I'm Guy Wozniak, and it is time for another round of Comic Book Jeopardy.
Bring his volume down a little bit.
This is the 5th episode of Comic Book Jeopardy, and because you guys have been enjoying it so much, we're going to keep churning them out on a weekly basis. Now, if you're new here, we talk about comic books and comic book related topics regularly, and we do a Comic Jeopardy show.
Forgot that what I am changing the volume of over here is not reflective of what's changing the volume out there.
Of course. So if you're a fan of comics, superheroes, graphic novels, sci-fi and fantasy, or anything comic book related, please subscribe to the channel because you will almost...
So how's his voice compared to my voice? I think that's a decent. So I'm going to pop this out because that'll just confuse the hell out of me. Yep. Once again, if you weren't here last time we did this, full credit to this guy, Guy Wozniak, Comic Book Guy channel. The link is in the description. Go check out his channel. Give him a like because he's doing all the work here on these questions. I ain't doing anything except for clicking on his video and watching and then playing Jeopardy, which is super fun. Anywho, yeah, that's really about it. It feels kind of silly to get rolling without people really in the chat, though. But I also just want to sit here. Can't sit here and do nothing. What can I announce? The next 10 members of the Fantastic Four video was live today. Hope you checked that out. Some really cool stuff in the pipeline. I got editing on the old laptop. In the process of editing, that'll be coming out. Bunch of videos in the phone, all written. I just didn't do anything with them. I got some chips over there. That's exciting. Barbecue, so I'm not actually that excited about them. December 1st, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, that game is coming out. I took the day off work. Honestly, because I had vacation built up that I have to use by the end of the year. But I took that off and I'm like, I'm going to download Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I'm going to play it all day. So I think before that comes out, I should like open up my Discord, put a link to my Steam account if anybody wants to play with me. Why not allow that to happen? Indeedly doodly. That said, I guess I'm going to jump right in. There are 3 new episodes of Comic Book Jeopardy. I was going to wait for there to be 4, but I thought this seems like a good night to stream. Clearly, looking at my viewer count, I was very incorrect. And this is a terrible night to stream. So far in the first 7 minutes. Shall I lick my pen? I didn't really lick it. I pretended I got really close. Anyway, let's let Mr. Gary Wozniak just keep talking for a minute. Gotta make sure not to hit the wrong button. Last time I hit the wrong button and ended my stream prematurely. It was embarrassing.
Certainly enjoy our content. As far as this Jeopardy show goes, well, here's how it works. I'll ask you a series of 30 trivia questions across 6 categories, escalating in difficulty, and then one final Jeopardy question. Feel free to keep score. I recommend adding up the points from your questions that you answer correctly, but don't bother removing points for missed questions if you don't want to.
I do
Now, with that said, let's go over today's categories.
I mean, I wouldn't want to. What do we got? What do we got for categories? That was weird.
The first category is Superman, and as you might know, every week I try to do a character-specific category, and today we are doing the Man of Steel himself,
all right,
Superman.
There's some blind spots I have there with Superman.
Category 2 is Limited Series, a category all about comic book stories that were produced and published as a planned limited series of issues.
That could be all over the map.
The third category is Arch Rivals, and
nice.
in this one we're talking all about the heroes and their villainous nemesis
I
rivals
am a fan of villains. I got that one.
Category 4 is Legendary Artists, a category about the comic book creators who put pencil to paper and drew our favorite images.
Artists, another blind spot of mine.
Category 5 is From Page to Screen, and it's a series of questions about shows and movies inspired by and based on the comics and the characters
I feel like I'll do
love.
good there.
And finally, Category 6 is Tis But a Scratch. And in this one, we have a series of clues pertaining to characters who brush off mortal wounds like it's a scratch, thanks to super-powered healing factors.
Wolverine, Sabretooth,
so today,
Deadpool,
my co-host Matt will be reading the clues with you guys. So a big
Why is this guy Matt always doing it?
thanks to him for helping me write all of these clues and for running the board today.
Hey guys, I'm Matt. I'm happy to...
Not gonna lie, I don't like Matt as much. Actually, I have no problem with Matt. I just got used to the other guy, is what it was. And then they came in and Matt changed it up. Anyway, let's dive right in to the trivia. Jeopardy. Once again, feel free to check out this guy's channel. Leave him a like. He puts all the work in. Him and Matt.
be here today.
I just show off
Before we get started,
my lack
just
of
a
knowledge.
reminder, don't forget to leave a comment with your total score at the end of the game. We love seeing who gets the high score. Now
57,000.
let's jump into the 200-point round. Superman for 200. This is the biological father of Superman.
Who is Jor-El?
When I started Walton Goggins Goggle Glasses, I knew I'd be its fancy name and pretty face. But I didn't know how to turn all this fancy prettiness into a classy-looking logo.
I'm a big fan of Walton
Like
Goggins.
GoDaddy Arrow does, with its magical AI power.
Jor-El.
Who is Jor-El?
Hell yeah, 200
Limited
points.
series for 200. This 1982 Marvel 4-issue limited series featured this famous mutant who is the best there is at what he does. But what he does isn't very nice.
What is Frank Miller Wolverine?
And of course, who is Wolverine?
No. Well, it is Wolverine. It's not who is Wolverine. You said, you're not talking about who, you didn't say the title character. You said this limited series. So what is Wolverine Volume 1? God, I'm picky.
Arch rivals for 200. This Superman nemesis often sees himself as protecting humanity from the dangers of superpowered beings.
Who is Lex Luthor?
And obviously, who is Lex Luthor? Legendary artist for 200. This World War II veteran and comic artist is widely considered the king of comics and is responsible for the creation of numerous DC and Marvel characters.
Who is Jack the King Kirby? I wouldn't say numerous DC characters.
Who is Jack Kirby? From
But he
page to
is.
screen.
Who's Jack Kirby? Arts Unknown is right here with me.
For 200.
Nailing it.
This 2012 Marvel team-up movie was preceded by several movies focused on the characters that would eventually come together to fight a common foe.
What is Disney Presents Marvel's The Avengers?
What is The Avengers?
It was the
Tis but a scratch for
number one
200.
movie of the year my son was born. This Claude cigar-smoking mutant first appeared in the pages of Incredible Hulk. Oh, I'll let them do it.
This Claude cigar-smoking mutant first appeared in the pages of The Incredible Hulk.
Now that is who is Wolverine.
Who is Wolverine?
You are right on
That's
top of
gonna
these
wrap
arts
up the
unknown. There is
200
no
point
lag
round.
here in the
I
chat
hope
today.
you're
That's
ready to
good.
turn up the difficulty.
I am ready. Those
Superman
200s are all
for 400. This extraterrestrial monster was responsible for the infamous death of Superman.
Who is Doomsday?
Who is Doomsday? Limited series for 400. This dark 1986 DC 4-issue limited series featured one of DC's oldest and most iconic characters.
What is... Thought I could grab it off my shelf. It's out in the living room. Dark Knight Returns. Frank Miller again. 2 in a row. Frank Miller. Dark Knight Returns.
What is The Dark Knight Returns? Arch rivals
Not
for
Shadow of
400.
the Bat.
This red-hued Captain America villain has plagued Steve Rogers for decades.
Who is Johann Schmidt, the Red Skull?
Who is the Red Skull? Legendary artist for 400.
So we
This
get
artist is most famous for his artwork on the Hulk and Spider-Man before leaving Marvel to form an independent comic label that provided more creator control.
Who is Todd McFarlane?
Who is Todd McFarlane? From page to screen for 400. This recent DC movie features their most iconic hero, who has been portrayed by many different actors on radio, TV, and in theaters since 1940.
Who is Superman? I mean, I was trying to rationalize how it could be Batman, but it's Superman, obviously.
What is Superman?
What is Superman?
Tis but a
That's right,
scratch
it's
for
about the movie.
400.
Deadpool.
This pale alien bounty hunter is gleefully violent and frequently uses a large metal hook on a chain as his weapon of choice.
Who is the main man, Lobo?
And it's the main man himself, who is Lobo.
Right, hold on. Just again reminding everybody, I'm a freaking genius when it comes to the first 2 rows of Jeopardy that are usually pretty easy, although last time I biffed a $200 question. Just letting everybody know, yeah, I didn't watch this ahead of time. I'm just that damn good at that stuff. But here comes the shit show, probably.
Hey guys, before we dive into the 600-point round, a quick reminder about our 10,000 subscriber giveaway.
One of you will win this collection of Wolverine comics when the channel hits 10,000 subscribers. This is the 1982's Wolverine miniseries, issues 1 through 4 from the legendary team of Frank Miller and Chris Claremont. So let's keep it real simple. If you want to win these books, do 2 things. First, be sure to subscribe to the channel because only subscribers are eligible for this giveaway. Second, when we hit 10,000 subscribers, I will post the giveaway announcement video. You have to see this video to find out who will win, so make sure that you have notifications turned on, because you don't want to miss that.
And now back to the Jeopardy. Superman for 600. After the death of Superman, this armored hero used the Superman logo as a way to honor him rather than replace him.
Who is John Henry Irons' Steel?
Who is Steel?
Is it a $600
limited
question?
series for 600. This 1984 Marvel 12-issue miniseries introduced several new characters to the Marvel Universe, to include Titania and Volcana.
That one I have. What is Secret Wars? That's something wrong with my shoulder.
What is The Secret Wars?
Jim Shooter.
Arch rivals for 600. This bejeweled Iron Man villain first appeared in Tales of Suspense number 50 in 1964.
I want to say that is the Mandarin, like the Bejeweled is the rings. Who is the Mandarin?
Who is the Mandarin?
Nice.
Legendary artist for 600. This prolific artist is most noted for his work on Spider-Man and has a son who has also become a legendary artist in his own right.
John Romita. John Romita.
Who is John Romita Sr. From page to screen for 600. This piece.
See, now I never think of John Romita Sr. as John Romita Sr. I think of John Romita Sr. as John Romita. And J.R. John Romita Jr. is Jr. Just simply because, like, you read the stuff a lot of the time, it wasn't... Did it say John Romita Sr.? I don't think it did a lot of the time, because he was, Was he the only John Romita at the time? Only John Romita in comics at the time. Anyway, let's keep going with this. Pizza-loving team of sewer dwellers.
Pizza-loving team of sewer dwellers got their big screen debut. For our French friends. This pizza-loving team of sewer dwellers got their big screen debut in 1990.
Who are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Leonardo Donatello.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Michelangelo
Heroes in a
Raphael.
Half Shell.
Turtle power.
They did have a banger theme song on the cartoon.
They did.
'Tis but a scratch for 600. This gamma-irradiated villain is covered in green scales and has webbed fins for ears.
Who is Emil Blonsky, the Abomination?
If you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing. Obstructive
Do you guys sleep like
apnea
that?
happens when your upper
Do
airway
not
repeatedly
sleep
becomes
apnea.
blocked during sleep, reducing the oxygen intake needed to restore cognitive
I've
function
never
and
gotten
recovery.
a single
While it may
ad
only
for
result
sleep
in loud
apnea or
snoring,
anything
the
like
hidden
it
dangers
ever.
are far greater than you think.
And
Over
now all of a
30 million
sudden,
Americans suffer
today,
from
I'm getting a sleep
but
apnea ad
only
for everybody in the
20%
world
know
to
it,
see.
and even fewer do something about it.
Abomination.
Who is Abomination? Superman for 800.
7,200.
A weakened Superman found himself held prisoner in this location, where he was forced to compete in gladiatorial-style games.
War World. Mongols. That's War World, right?
What is War World?
Oh my god.
Limited series for 800. This 1984 Marvel 5-issue limited series was famously misnumbered as being only 4 issues, the first 4 installments, but then was labeled as being 5 out of 5 on the 5th and final issue.
I'm going to take a minute to think about this one. It's the 84. I'm honestly drawing a complete blank on this one. I was thinking Long Shot, but that was 6 issues. I keep thinking of Beauty and the Beast with Beast and Dazzler, but that was only 4 issues. I had that. I'm drawing a complete blank on this one. So I will take the hit. Realistically, I wouldn't answer, so I shouldn't have to subtract my points, but I'm going to.
What is The Punisher?
Did not know that.
Arch rivals for 800. This robotic villain created the Vision and considers himself to be his father.
Who is Ultron?
Who is Ultron?
I don't consider Ultron and Vision
Legendary
to be
artist for
villains
800.
of each other.
This legend was the artist for Superman versus Muhammad Ali in 1978.
I know that one, and now I'm thinking John Byrne, and that's all I can think, so that makes me think I might be right, and if I'm not right, I won't think of anything other than John Byrne. Who is John Byrne? That's not right. Was John Byrne around in 78?
Neil Adams.
I knew it was
If you don't
Neil
know,
Adams.
It came in a large magazine-sized format.
I did know
From
that.
page to screen for 800.
Rumbles.
This 2012 dark and gritty movie was preceded by a more lighthearted take on the character.
I
It
am
starred
the
Sylvester
law.
Stallone and Rob Schneider.
What is Dread? Carl Urban's Dread. Such a
What
good
is
movie.
Dread? 'Tis but a scratch for 800.
Such
This
a good movie. I
DC
should watch
character
Dread
was
again.
given an experimental drug by the Army in an effort to create super soldiers. This drug allowed him to use up to 90% of his brain's capacity. After leaving the Army, he became a mercenary.
Who the hell is this? This DC character was given an experimental drug by the Army in an effort to create super soldiers. This drug allowed him to use up to 90% of his brain capacity. After leaving the Army, he became a mercenary. I saw a comment just pop up. I'm going to... This DC character was given an experimental drug by the Army in an effort to create super soldiers. This drug allowed him to use up to 90% of his brain's capacity. After leaving, he became a mercenary. And he's known for his healing factor. It's not Captain Atom. Mercenary? Oh, Deathstroke. Jesus. Shoutouts to the chat for being one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. How's everybody doing tonight? I like that. Earth's mightiest subscribers. How you doing tonight, Corey Sims HF3ML? Herthruffle.
Who is Deathstroke? Okay, guys, this is it. The 1,000-point round.
Yeah.
Buckle up and get ready to really
separate
test your
the
knowledge.
men from the
Superman
babies.
for 1,000. This shrunken city of Krypton is being
Kandor.
kept in Superman's Fortress of Solitude.
I love the whole idea of the shrunken city of Kandor. I like the fact that like Superman would go in there. He could shrink himself down and just go in there and fight crime or whatever, but he couldn't bring the whole city. And then Deceased, War of the Undead Gods, they were like, we're outnumbered and we need some superpowered people that aren't zombies. And they're like, oh fuck, we've got the entire city of Kryptonians, and they resized them and just said, here's a bunch of Kryptonians to go fight the zombie dark side. Oh, it was so good. Kandor.
What is Kandor?
Kandor.
And a little bonus trivia, it was originally shrunken by
Brainiac.
Limited series for 1,000. This 1982 three-issue Marvel Limited series was the first limited
Contest
series
of
ever released by
Champions.
Marvel.
What is Contest of Champions? I fucking love it. It's
What
terrible.
is Marvel Superheroes Contest of Champions? Arch rivals for 1,000.
Bring it.
This Doctor Strange villain and ruler of the Dark Dimension is most easily recognizable by his flaming head.
Dormammu. Dormammu, the dread Dormammu. You're putting
scale
a...
reveals the brutal truth about your body that
Yeah,
your
I'm
regular
fat,
scale
I
will
know.
never tell you. For weeks, my scale showed I was
That's it. You're putting a $1,000 question on Dormammu?
Dormammu. Legendary artist
That's
for
crazy.
1,000. This artist's style is often emulated, and he drew such legendary titles as the original Silver Surfer series, Conan the Barbarian, and the Avengers.
I'm going to feel dumb in a minute. Well, he said at the beginning, artists are a blind spot for me. So now, I was just reading the original Silver Surfer not long ago. As soon as it's Conan, Conan's like a blind spot. I didn't read a lot of Conan, so I'm not familiar with Conan, even though that should trigger. So now I'm just going to the Avengers, and now that I thought of the Avengers, all I could think is George Perez. It's not going to be George Perez, even though how dare you have a whole category of legendary artists and not mention George Perez. Did George Perez do Conan? No. Whatever, George Perez.
Who is John Buscema, one of my personal favorite artists.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
From
got that,
page
though.
to screen for 1,000. This cult classic that still holds up today saw the tragic death of the lead actor while still filming.
What is The Crow? Does it still hold up today? I've never... I don't even know if I've
The Crow?
seen it, honestly.
'Tis but a scratch
Nor
for
do I think it holds
1,000.
up today.
This hero was granted immortality by the cosmic entity Death Urge and formed a superhero team in the Great Lakes region of the United States.
Who is Mr. Immortal?
Who is Mr. Immortal?
I wouldn't call that a healing factor. I mean, they didn't say it was about healing factors. There's people that could shrug off things, and he can shrug off death. Cat? Oh, there's cats back here doing cat business, catting about. I've got 12,800.
All right, that brings us to the end of round one and on to Final Jeopardy. In Final Jeopardy, you can wager any amount of points that you earned in the previous round on the category of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you get the question right, add the total to your final score, and don't forget to post your total score down in the comments below. Now let's see the...
What am I going to wager? Ninja Turtles. That... There's so many different eras of Turtles that I just wasn't in on for the shows or the comics or things like that. Some of the deep stuff could go pretty deep. I've got 12,800. Ooh, but I could double my score if it's something I know. Trying to read this guy's face. Don't know. 6,400. Half my score. I wager 6,400.
Final Jeopardy clue for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hit me with it.
Krang, the bodiless and brain-like villain
Dimension
of the
X,
Teenage
fuck
Mutant
off.
Ninja Turtles, was banished to Earth from his homeworld, which was called this.
Or was it different in the comics? Well, Krang wasn't even in the comics. It was just the, what were they even called? Because there was a bunch of them, and they were called the... Why am I drawing a blank on what the Krangs are called? The Utroms. The Utroms. Unipan? Isn't Unipan where Obi-Wan was for Order 66? I'm going with Dimension
What is
X.
Dimension X?
It's Guy, and I'm back to close this episode of Comic Book Jeopardy.
Then I gotta do math.
First, thanks to Matt for helping me come up with a bunch of new questions for the show, and thanks for co-hosting this episode again. I really appreciate the help.
19,200.
Now, with that said, I'm going to wrap this show
Oodapal.
up for today, and I'm going to say
Oodapal?
thanks for tuning in and watching. As always, I appreciate it. And don't forget to keep collecting comics, keep watching our videos, and until the next one,
Sorry, you could finish whatever you were going to say.
bye now.
Oh, bye now. Did it just jump right into the next one? No, it jumps into an old one. Playlists are fun. That said, go back to the original one so I can tell you what my score was.
'Twas a monthish before the
PetSmart? Because I talked about a cat a second ago? Where's my frickin' cursor? Oh, 2 screens. I am not a computer genius, y'all. I got 19,200 thanks to totally nailing the final Jeopardy. Also, I have been playing these during live streams. They are awesome fun. Thanksies. Just thanks. Just thanks with an exclamation point. How about that? What is Unipan? Unopen. feel like I should know that. Is it from Invincible? Yeah. I was literally about to say Alan the Alien is an Uno pen. And then, is it Utapau? Is a planet in Star Wars. Subterranean planet. Yeah, okay. Okay. My tabs are all hidden on the monitor I'm using. Next, Jeopardy.
Are you ready for some Jeopardy? Well, are you, bub?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Hey everybody, it's time for another episode of Comic Book Jeopardy. And it's less than a week away, so this week's episode is Halloween themed, including my dumb face in a Wolverine mask. So yeah, trick or treat, bub.
I should big screen
My name
this.
is Guy Wozniak, or if you prefer Wolverine, or Logan, Patch, James, or even Weapon X. Now this is episode number 6 of Comic Book Jeopardy, and the show seems to be getting more and more popular, so thanks to everyone that's been watching. I really appreciate that. Now I'm sure most of you are familiar with the show by now, but if you are new here, this is how it works.
This is how we do
a series of
it.
30 Jeopardy-style questions across 6 different categories,
Yes.
and then a final Jeopardy question at the end.
Okay.
Feel free to keep score as you go along, but
do.
I say don't bother subtracting points for incorrect answers.
I
Just
subtract
keep adding up
all my
the
points.
correct ones. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's go over today's categories.
Let's. What's that dollar sign? Okay, that's gone.
Category number 1 is my weekly character-specific category, and for a Halloween-themed episode, it seems only appropriate that the old flamehead himself, Ghost Rider, is the choice of the week.
Got his bike right here.
For category
I'm
number
not gonna
2,
do good at Ghost
we're
Rider.
going to be visiting questions and answers all about vampires across the world of comics.
I'll get a couple of those.
Category number 3 is Bewitched by Comics, and no, we're not talking about the Bewitched TV series. Today we have a series of questions all about different witchy type of characters.
Just for the record, there were Bewitched comics in like the 70s or 60s or whenever that show was. Gold Key, a lot of comics they put out based off of shows and stuff, but there were Bewitched comics. I've looked into it.
From the world of comic books. Category 4 will cover the 13-issue Batman story arc, The Long Halloween, a category that I think is most appropriate for the holiday theme this
I've never read The Long Halloween.
week. Category 5 will be all about the zombie-filled horror drama, The Walking Dead.
I read a lot of The Walking Dead back in the day, but I feel like that's going to be able to show that I stopped watching after like 6 seasons.
And finally, category number 6 today, we have all things Ghostbusters.
There we go. Finally, a
This
category that I
dip
will do
into
decently at.
Ghostbusters movies, animated shows, toys, and even comics. So,
I'll do
who you gonna
medium
call?
decently at.
Now,
I'm predicting my worst score ever on this particular one because there's a lot of not my stuff in there. Where's my camera? There it is.
let's jump into the 200-point round and get this party
Let's
started.
do it. Give me the gimmies.
Ghost Rider for 200. This character was the first motorcycle-riding supernatural incarnation of Ghost Rider, which debuted in Marvel Spotlight number 5.
Who is Johnny Blaze?
Who is Johnny Blaze?
Nice.
Vampires in Comics
Dracula.
for 200. First appearing in the comic book Tomb of Dracula number 10, this half-vampire daywalker was portrayed by Wesley Snipes in the 1998 film franchise.
Some motherfuckers always try to be ice skating uphill. It's Blade.
Who is Blade? Bewitched by Comics for 200.
Scarlet Witch.
Better known as the Scarlet Witch, this character's real name is this.
Wanda Maximoff.
What is Wanda Maximoff?
Yeah, nailing
Batman,
these easy
The
ones.
Long Halloween for 200. The Long Halloween follows the events of this legendary Batman story by Frank Miller.
What is Batman Year One?
What is Year One?
Okay.
And
I
The
did not
Walking Dead
actually
for
know that.
200.
I knew that Long Halloween was kind of a year two-ish thing. I didn't realize it directly followed. So is it part of Frank Miller's universe? Because now, like, Year One and All-Star Batman and stuff. Anyway.
This character is a farmer and father to Maggie.
Herschel.
Whoever invented this deserves a raise. Throw away those gross old sink stoppers. They're a total waste of time.
These ads are not targeted to me. Who is Herschel, though?
Who is Herschel?
Churchill
And finally,
Green.
we have the last 200-point question of the round. All things Ghostbusters for 200. This 1986 spin-off animated series featured the ghost Slimer in a role more akin to a family pet than haunting poltergeist.
What is the real Ghostbusters?
What is the real Ghostbusters?
I almost overthought that because they said spin-off, and I started thinking about like the I can't remember what it was called. It was like the real Ghostbusters EX, the next generation or whatever. They had like a chick and a guy in a wheelchair and stuff. Anyway.
And that brings us to the end of round one, and it's time to slice and dice our way through some tougher questions. Ghost Rider for 400.
Dan Ketch.
Ghost Rider is known for having an enchanted motorcycle capable of great feats, even when not being ridden. It is known by this name.
The bike has a name? That's not on there. Is it the Hell Cycle?
And that's gonna be the Hell Cycle.
Okay.
Vampires in Comics for 400.
I guess out.
This Spider-Man adversary tried to cure his rare blood disease using bat DNA, and he mutated into the living vampire.
I need to have plasma. Morbius.
Who is the one, the only Morbius?
Morbius was the last Sony movie I watched in the Spider-Man universe. I watched the Spider-Verse, obviously, but I did not watch Madam Web. It's on Netflix now. I could watch Madam Web for free. I did not watch Craven. Oh, I did watch Venom 3. Venom movies should have been so much better.
Bewitched by Comics for 400.
Agatha Harkness.
Originally appearing in Archie Comics, this witchy character had a much spookier live-action Netflix series.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She also
That
had
would be Sabrina Spellman, or Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
sitcom in the 90s
We're going
with
to
Melissa Joan
Batman,
Hart.
The Long Halloween for 400. This creative duo, responsible for The Long Halloween, also wrote and illustrated
Loeb
several
and
other
Tim
stories
Sale.
together, including Hulk Gray, Spider-Man Blue, and Daredevil Yellow.
Also, 3 things I've never read, but that's Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Tim Sale died, didn't he?
Well, that's going to be Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb. The Walking Dead for 400. This villain and the leader of the Woodbury community eventually cut off the hand of protagonist Rick Grimes.
The Governor. I was going to say, I put out a video today about the Fantastic Four, and I mentioned Dwayne McDuffie, and I talked about Dwayne McDuffie for a bit, and I'd forgotten that Dwayne McDuffie had also died. So this is me fixing that now, but that's the Governor. They put out a series of novels as well that tied into the comics, and it was The Rise of the Governor, and they were actually decent. I remember reading them and enjoying them. But The Governor, when I was reading The Walking Dead, I was buying it. I started buying all the trade paperbacks, and I think 7 of them were out, and I bought like one a week, and I read up to them. And then the 7th volume had just come out, and it ended with the 2-page splash of the Governor on the top of a tank with a bunch of armies, and they were heading to the prison, and it was like, ah! And then that, like I said, that trade paperback had just come out. So I, since I wasn't reading the individual issues, had to wait like 6 months for the next volume, and it was hell. But who is the Governor?
Who is the Governor? And I tell you, if I got my hands on the Governor, I'd do some cutting of my own. All things Ghostbusters for 400. These are the names of the 4 main Ghostbusters from the original motion picture. And I'll give you a couple of extra seconds.
Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Egon Spangler, and Winston Zeddemore.
Who are Peter Venkman, Egon Spangler, Ray Stantz, and Winston Zeddemore?
I love Ghostbusters, and I think Ghostbusters is great. And actually, last night, I thought about watching Ghostbusters Aftermath. I did not. I watched like 12 episodes of Superstore instead, but...
Hey, bub, real quick, don't forget we're doing a giveaway, so pay attention. One of you will win this collection of Wolverine comics when the channel hits 10,000 subscribers.
I feel like I should let this play.
Wolverine miniseries issues 1 through 4 from the legendary team of Frank Miller and Chris Claremont. So let's keep it real simple. If you want to win these books, do 2 things. First, be sure to subscribe to the channel because only subscribers are eligible for this giveaway. Second, when we hit 10,000 subscribers, I will post the giveaway announcement video. You have to see this video to find out who will win. So make sure that you have notifications turned on, because you don't want to miss that. Yeah, if you want a collection of me, make sure you're subscribed. Ghost Rider for 600. This ancient demon bonds with a human host to become Ghost Rider, the spirit of vengeance.
Who is Zarathos? These are actually easier than I thought.
Who is Zarathos?
I say that even though I had to guess on
Vampires in Comics for 600. In the 1980 issue of Howard the Duck #5, this legendary vampire made an appearance.
Dracula?
Who is Dracula?
Okay.
Bewitched by Comics for 600. This powerful DC witch is well known for wearing a traditional magician's accessory, a black top hat.
Who is the lovely Zatanna? I don't know.
Who is Zatanna?
Who doesn't have the hots for Zatanna?
Batman: The Long Halloween for 600. Although the holiday killer is never clearly disclosed in the story, evidence suggests these 2 characters committed all of the crimes.
Calendar Man and the son of that mob boss guy.
Who is Gilda Dent and Alberto Falcone?
That's
The
fine.
Walking Dead
That's
for 600.
Fine.
This was the name of the group, led by Negan, the charismatic but brutal villain who carried a baseball bat named Lucille.
They had a name? Starts with an M?
Who are the Saviors?
Wouldn't have got that. Go back
All
down.
things Ghostbusters for 600. The real Ghostbusters toy line was created and produced by this toy company, which is also known for toys such as the Easy Bake Oven and Star Wars action figures.
What is Kenner? I wasn't going to be sure of it. I was going to think Kenner, but then the Star Wars.
Who is Kenner?
Star
Ghost Rider
Wars
for 800.
nailed it for me. So
In Ghost Rider Volume 3, Danny Ketch fought with the crime lord Deathwatch and this villain henchman, who had the ability to generate darkness by psionically extinguishing any light source.
that's not Blackheart, is it? Blackheart. That's not what he even does.
Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
No.
Well, that would be Blackout. Vampires in Comics for 800.
Close.
In the original series, this vampire was revealed to actually be an alien from the planet Draculon.
Is that Vampirella?
Who is Vampirella?
Nice.
Bewitched by Comics for 800. Featured in comics, but more notably the DuckTales animated series, this evil witch was always after Scrooge's #1 dime.
I know her name. Magica Dispel. Cat.
Who is Magica Dispel? Batman: The Long Halloween for 800. Batman encounters this villain at the beginning of Chapter 7, April Fool's Day.
Who is Calendar Man?
Who is the Riddler?
That makes more sense.
The Walking Dead for 800. Barrington House is the center point of this community, a colony Maggie eventually becomes elected the leader of.
Greenwood.
What is Hilltop? And finally, all things Ghostbusters for 800. In Ghostbusters 2, Dana and her baby are attacked by pink slime coming out of the bathtub. The name of Dana's baby was this.
What is Oscar?
Who is Oscar? All right, gang, it's time to hunker down and buckle up for the 1,000 point
Yeah, I can't wait
round.
to get all these wrong
I
and
hope
go
you're
below.
having a spooktacular time with this Halloween-themed episode.
I am
Good
having
luck.
a fine time.
Ghost
with it.
Rider for 1,000. Long before the Johnny Blaze supernatural Ghost Rider, Marvel published a Western comic featuring a horseback-riding Ghost Rider who went by this name.
The Phantom Rider Carter.
Who is Carter Slade?
I was gonna say Carter Slade. I am going to give myself. You all heard me say Carter. I'm going to give myself 1,000 points for that one. And that's final. And I'm feeling fine about it. Like, I only have 5,800, whereas in the last game I had like 9,800 by this point, so.
Vampires in comics for 1,000. In the comic book 30 Days of Night,
Niles.
vampires flock to this Alaskan town because of their month-long polar nights in the winter.
No Dusk. I don't know what the name of the town
Well, that
is.
would be Barrow, Alaska, which I believe is the northernmost point of the United States of America.
I'm in
Published by
Canada.
Comics for 1,000. Christina Ricci's character in the 1995 Casper movie was originally intended to be this character,
Wendy,
a
the
longtime pal of Casper
Good
the
Witch?
Friendly
That
Ghost.
is not even true. She was never intended to be Wendy. To
Who
my
is Wendy
knowledge.
the Good Little Witch?
I know Wendy was talked
Batman
about
The
being
Long
included
Halloween
in
for
that.
1,000.
She was never talked
Carmine
about.
Falcone, a major mob boss and central character in the story, also goes by this nickname.
Don Falcone? He goes by a nickname?
Well, that would be the Roman.
Oh my
The
god.
Walking Dead for 1,000. This was the name of the prison that the survivors made their home for an extended period of time.
The prison. It was the prison. Enwood.
What is the West Georgia Correctional Facility?
I have 38.
All things Ghostbusters for 1,000.
100.
The Ghostbusters franchise spawned various comic books over the years, including a 1988 series called The Real Ghostbusters. This company published the first volume of the series in the United States, lasting for 28 issues. And yes, we're looking for the name of the publisher here.
Deke or Nelvana. There's a publisher, Malibu. Dark Horse 88? What was out there publishing things in 88? It wasn't been Gold Key. Marvel. Like in the 80s, it was Marvel was doing like the Muppet Babies and the Ewoks and the cartoons. The Ghostbusters was published by not IDW, Malibu.
Who is Now Comics?
I've heard of Now Comics. I have 2,800
All right, guys,
points.
that'll bring us to the end of round one and on to Final Jeopardy. Feel free to wager as many of the points that you earned in the previous round on the Final Jeopardy
Depends on
category.
what the category
of
is there,
the
sir.
1966 Halloween animated classic, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
I'm going to wager 2,800 points.
Now, here's the clue. At the party, most of the children are in ghoul and ghost costumes, but Snoopy arrives dressed as this.
I got a rock. What the fuck was Snoopy dressed as? Visualize it, Haas. All I can picture is goddamn
What is
pilot. I can picture him like a little devil, but they wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have been dressed as Joe Cool. Like I visualize the pilot, but like he was always dressing as the pilot and fighting down the Red Baron. The pilot, dressed as a World War I pilot.
World War I flying ace or pilot? All right, guys, that will wrap up today's
Okay, what if I...
episode of Comic Book Jeopardy. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a fantastic Halloween. Now, with that said, I guess I will close this one out
Awesome.
by saying thanks for tuning in and watching. As always, I greatly appreciate it. keep on collecting comics, keep on watching our videos, and
Okay, that was cool. I got that pilot, pulled it out of my fucking hindquarters right at the end. I lost the mouse cursor again. There it is. $5,800, but only because I pulled the final Jeopardy answer out of my bum. Also, I may have given myself slight credit on the Carter Slade question. Bing, bing, ding. Comment, and we got one more video.
The furry sidekick to the Wonder Tins. Not the Tins. Not the Wonder Tins.
Okay, they're starting with an outtake. But
What's
Gleek.
up, everybody? I'm Guy.
Gleek is going to be an answer to one of these questions. Gleek, the little monkey that was with the Wonder Twins. I know Gleek because, like, when you yawn and spit out from under your tongue, people call that gleeking. I call it sprocket sprit. But Gleek, like this. That wasn't a very good one. I don't know if it's caught on camera, but I can do it. Anyway, back to Jeopardy.
I'm Wozniak, and you're watching episode 7 of Comic Book Jeopardy. It's a weekly quiz show testing your knowledge on all things comics.
All
Plus,
things
movies, TV shows, animation, toys, games, pop culture, and more. Now, if you're
Yeah.
new here, this is how it works. I'll ask you a series of 30 questions across 6 categories in escalating difficulty, then a final Jeopardy question. Now, feel free to keep score while you're playing along, adding up your points for each correct answer. But as I always say, don't bother subtracting points for wrong answers.
I subtract them for every question.
I think, that's just my opinion.
Even when I don't buzz in.
The 6 categories for today's show are as follows.
Hear it.
The Fantastic Four First Steps is now streaming on Disney+.
I herald his beginning.
What? The Fantastic Four First Steps launched today? What a weird time for me to have put out my next 10 members of the Fantastic Four video.
Category 1 and my weekly character-specific category will be the Hulk. And yeah, that's a pretty self-explanatory one. This is a category with questions all pertaining to Mr. Incredible
Hulk's
himself.
another one's not a huge
the
favorite,
Hulk.
so I think I'll be all right, but not
Category
get them
2
all.
for this week is Villainous Powers. It's a group of questions where I'll give you a clue about superpowers, and you'll have to guess what villain I'm referring to.
I think I'll be all
Category
right
3
there,
will
maybe?
cover 9 lives. It's a category all about cat-like or cat-themed
this
characters
is gonna be like-
from the world of comics.
Okay.
Category 4 is going to be all about Star Wars
Fuck yeah!
Episode 4. And yes,
Just
this
about-
isn't directly related to comics, but I will include some topics here and there that are about movies or games, sci-fi and fantasy, and other pop culture-related stuff.
Okay,
because
he said just episode
the
4?
world can't revolve around comics and only comics.
Yes, it can.
Right?
Yes,
Category
it can.
5 is what's the issue? And this is a new idea for me. So please let me know in the comments if you liked this category. Here's the deal. I'll present you with an image of a comic book cover, but I'll remove the title and the issue number, and you have to tell me, just based on the illustration, what comic book it is. And finally,
That will be all right
last
if
but
it-
not
if they're,
least,
like, popular
category 6
ones.
is Super
Super
Pets. And
Pets.
this category is all about the superhero animal sidekicks and pets from our favorite comics.
What's the name of Speedball's
Now, I'm
cat?
gonna go and hand over the reins to my co-host Matt, so a big thank you to him for running the board today. I really appreciate it, buddy.
Hey guys, I'm Matt,
Hey, Matt.
co-host here of the Comic Book Guy channel, and today we've got some tough questions for you, so let's dive in.
Let's.
The Incredible Hulk for 200. This type of radiation is responsible for the creation of the Hulk.
What is gamma?
What is gamma radiation? Villainous powers for 200. This longtime Spider-Man foe has the power to harness and control electricity.
Feel free to check out my early evolution of Electro. That was Electro.
Who is Electro? 9 lives for 200. This Batman villain first
Catwoman.
appeared in issue number 1 of Batman Comics as a mysterious burglar and jewel thief.
On a boat? Who is Catwoman?
And of course, who is Catwoman? Star Wars for 200. He wrote and directed Star Wars A New Hope and developed his special effects studio, Industrial Light and Magic.
Who is Mr. George Lucas, the maker himself?
Who is George Lucas?
Jorge Lucas.
What's the issue for 200? Name the comic book issue seen in this image.
What is Amazing Fantasy number 15?
What is Amazing Fantasy number 15? Yep, the iconic first appearance of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Super Pets for 200. This Super Pet was recently the co-star of the latest Superman live-action movie.
Who is Crypto the Super Dog?
Who is Crypto? And that wraps up the 200-point questions. Now do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It costs you nothing, and it greatly helps me and Guy and this channel. So yeah, pretty please, with sugar on top.
Well,
The
like my
Incredible
video
Hulk
too.
for 400.
I put a lot of effort
In his
into this.
first appearance, the Hulk was initially this color, but then changed simply because green was easier to print with.
What is Gray?
What is gray?
My stomach is gurgling.
Villainous powers for 400. This villainous speedster from the future can tap into the Speed Force and has the same abilities as the Flash.
Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom. Is Reverse Flash?
Who is the Reverse Flash?
I think they're all...
Or Eobard Thawne.
Okay.
Or Professor Zoom.
Okay, I guess I'm
9
vindicated.
lives for 400. This hero/villain over the years has been both an enemy and love interest of Spider-Man.
Felicia, Black Cat, Hardy.
Who is Black Cat? One of Guy's favorites. Star Wars for 400.
I don't think I'm out of line. I think like everybody is like, man, Spider-Man, like what? Be with Black Cat, goddammit.
The Lars family were this type of farmer on Tatooine.
Moisture farmers.
What
Klieg
are moisture
Lars
farmers?
Left the farm to his son Owen Lars.
What's the issue
They
for
were moisture
400?
farmers.
Name the comic book issue seen in this image.
Brave and the Bold. 28.
What is The Brave and the Bold number 28?
Nice.
The classic first appearance of the Justice League in comics.
Yeah, it's
Super Pets
terrible,
for 400.
but it's
This purple-hued
started-
flying pet and best friend to Kitty Pryde was first seen in Uncanny X-Men number 166.
Lockheed. Whew.
Who is Lockheed?
I think I'm going to end the stream the
Before we
second this
jump
is
into the
over because I'm going to
600
do
point round,
diarrhea.
A quick message about the 10,000
I'm
subscriber
going to skip
giveaway.
ahead on
So
that.
listen up.
I know we all
One of you will
appreciate it,
win
but we've
this
seen it a
collection of
few
Wolverine
times.
comics when
All right, and now back to the Jeopardy.
I'm having
The
tummy
Incredible Hulk
issues.
for 600. This character was the daughter of the Hulk's greatest foe, and she was a long-running love interest.
Who is Betty Ross? I want to say Betty Brant. Every time I pause it, it triggers an ad.
got way more chatty.
That is Betty Ross.
Who is Betty Ross?
General
Villainous
Ross.
powers
would
for
be the
600.
villain.
This Marvel villain with mystical origins has immense super strength and durability, and is considered an unstoppable force.
I was confused. I thought this was the cat category. We're talking about the Juggernaut. Fucking love this Juggernaut figure. Anyway. I thought we were in the cat category, so I was very confused.
Who is Juggernaut?
Juggernaut, bitch.
9 lives for 600. This heroine initially fought crime as the Cat, before being transformed into her new alter ego in Giant-Sized Creatures number 1 in 1974.
That would be Tigra, and that is a tougher question than the $600.
Who is Tigra?
To me, even though I did know it,
Star
I think
Wars
that's a
for
tough
600.
question.
Before being licensed to Kenner, this company declined the offer to produce Star Wars toys.
Mego famously declined the offer.
What is the Mego Corporation?
These are
I bet
trickier
they are
questions than
really regretting
600,
that.
I
What's
think.
the issue for 600? Name the comic book issue seen in this image.
Wolverine number 2?
What is Wolverine number 2 from the 1982 limited series? And don't forget, this comic and the whole series is part of our 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Super Pets for 600. This oversized teleporting pet resembles a gigantic bulldog and is a member of the Inhumans.
Who is Lockjaw? Nailing it so far. I haven't got one wrong.
Who is Lockjaw? The Incredible Hulk for 800. This gamma-powered, green-haired psychiatrist and longtime supporting character was created by Herb Trimpe and Roy Thomas in 1971.
That is Doc Samson. I used to live in a neighborhood, and my kid rode the bus with this other kid, and that kid's mom was just casually saying one day, she's from America, and she was like, oh yeah, no, I used to hang out at my friend's house all the time, and her dad, like, drew Marvel Comics, and I was like, oh. And it was Herb Trimpe. Anyway.
Who is Doc Samson?
Fun story.
Or Dr. Leonard Samson.
Played by Phil Dunphy in the
Villainous powers for
MCU.
800.
Look that up.
This super-powered android created by Professor Ivo can mimic the powers and ability of others.
Amazo.
What is Amazo?
Never been a big fan of Amazo.
9 lives for 800. He was a normal human until magically given 9 lives. He has trained many heroes in hand-to-hand combat, such as Batman, Black Canary, and even Superman.
Who is Wildcat?
Who is Wildcat?
Ted Grant? I didn't know he was given 9 lives magically. That's neat.
This country was chosen for the setting of Tatooine, and many of the filming locations can still be visited today.
What is Tunisia? There's actually a whole, because the film locations can still be visited today, there's a whole, is it called like Save the Homestead or the Homestead Restoration Society or whatever, and they keep it, because if you don't like maintain something like that out there, it gets buried and lost in the desert. And there are people that go out there and come back with little jars of Tunisian sand from the homestead. But Tunisia. Did I unpause it? No. Still didn't unpause it.
What is Tunisia? What's the issue for 800? Name the comic book issue.
Sorry, I'm just having an issue. That's Fantastic Four number 5. I'm having trouble with math. There we go.
You've seen in this image.
Because I actually haven't gotten one wrong yet.
What is Fantastic Four number 5? The first appearance of Dr. Doom. Super Pets for 800. He was the furry sidekick to the Wonder Twins, Zan and Jaina.
Gleek the monkey.
Who is Gleek? Love that guy.
Right.
Okay, guys, that's it
well,
for the
yes.
800-point round. Now it's time to jump into 1,000-point questions. Good luck, because you're going to need it. The Incredible Hulk for 1,000. Although he most commonly goes by Bruce Banner, his first name is actually this.
Robert.
What is Robert?
You think that was legitimately
No.
a 1,000-point question?
No.
Well,
No.
That's a freebie. That's a freebie.
Villainous powers for 1,000. This corpulent mutant has super strength and can make himself virtually immovable.
Nothing moves the Blob.
Who is the Blob? 9 lives.
Okay, I'm actually 4 questions away from perfect game here. I'm excited. I shouldn't say anything because I'm not going to do it.
This Native American hero was initially
Puma.
a mercenary who was hired to kill Spider-Man in The Amazing Spider-Man number 256. He changes his mind after he witnesses Spider-Man save innocent bystanders at risk to himself.
That's the Puma. I'm going to Puma pants.
Who is Puma?
3
Star Wars for
questions away.
1,000. This 1958 Akira Kurosawa film provided significant inspiration to George Lucas while he was writing Star Wars.
7 Hidden Fortress.
What is the Hidden Fortress? What's the issue for 1,000? Name the comic book issue seen in this image.
Detective Comics number 27.
What is Detective Comics number 38? Yep, this is the first appearance of the Boy Wonder himself, Robin. And finally,
Because Detective Comics number 27 is the first appearance of Batman.
our
I didn't know
last
it was
question
38
of the
anyway.
round. Super Pets for 1,000. This decades-old Marvel Comics companion and sidekick was replaced by a soulless robot version in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What? We're talking about pets. Like, I keep coming back to Jarvis. Jarvis is most certainly not a pet. Falcon, Red Wing.
Old Spice, super hydration. Keeps me 24/7 moisturized and smells like a Fiji vacation.
It's Red Wing.
Who is Red Wing, companion and ally to the Falcon.
Nearly a perfect game,
Okay, guys,
depending
that
on
will
Final
bring us
Jeopardy.
to Final Jeopardy. Now, if you're playing along at home, decide how many points you'd like to wager
Depends
on the
what the
category
category
of
is.
alien character origins.
I have 16,000 points. I'm going to wager 10,000.
All right, here we go. Originally, Martian Manhunter was brought to Earth by accident in a teleporter created by this scientist.
Professor Horton. Why would I know? Unless the scientist's name is John Jones.
Who is Dr. Saul Erdell?
Hey, it's Guy, and
The
I'm
fuck
back
would
with
I
some
know that?
questions for you guys, so don't run off just yet. Now, first and foremost, let me say thanks to Matt for running the board and for helping me come up with the
Humbug.
questions for this
Booey
week's
ha
show.
ha. No, that was
I
good.
really-
That's what a Final Jeopardy question should be. I had a nearly perfect game. Only got 1,000 wrong. Then I beefed it in Final Jeopardy and lost 10K. 6 grand total. But fun times were had. Like, comment. Finished hearing what he has to say.
Really appreciate it, my friend.
A lot of video
thank you
left,
very
actually.
much. Now, I need some feedback from you guys, so let me know in the comments. Did you like the new comic covers category?
Yes.
Should I do stuff like that more often in the future?
Sure.
It's kind of a bunch of extra work.
got a bunch of
So if it
Spider-Mans
wasn't
and
fun for
Venoms.
you guys, I don't want to do it and spend the time
Bunch
working
of
on
extra
it.
work.
Also, we've had a few folks sign up for channel membership, so a big thanks to the guys who have done that. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate
If you're not
it more.
familiar, there's a join button somewhere down below this video, and you can click on it to become a member. And if you join the channel membership program, I was thinking maybe I would offer a pretty cool new little perk, and it just costs you a couple of bucks to support the channel.
My channel's only
Now,
$1
what I want to do is
a
I want to
month.
start providing members with something like maybe a weekly poll where you can vote on which categories you would like to see as part of the following week's Comic Book Jeopardy show. So if you'd like to contribute to the decision-making process of picking categories for the show, grab a channel membership and I'll start posting those weekly polls this week where you can vote on Jeopardy categories. All right, well, that's going to wrap this one up today. So a big thanks to all you guys for watching the show.
Feel free to do that, or you can become a channel member on this guy's channel, Haussmann Comics. That's me. It's like $1 a month. Where's my mouse? And all that really gets you is videos early, because I don't even really know what else to do. So I put out the videos a little early. Sometimes quite early. Anyway. Sorry to cut it short. The chat's dead anyway, you guys. Come on. Hopefully a bunch of you are going to enjoy this in the rewatch later. But yeah, no, I'm having tummy bubbles, so I'm going to log off and go take a little bathroom break. But thank you very much. This was a good time. Stay Aussie!